Hey guys, got a treat for you today. I'm way back in the Appalachians today. Union County, Lost Creek Cemetery. It says the cemetery was established in 1815 to 1943, which I think that it was a little older than what the sign says. So it's probably early 1800s, maybe even late 1700s with the early settlers. This was the old county road that ran right smack dab in the middle. The lake is right down that road, just about 100 yards. There was a church called White Church right up that lane. If you can see that lane, I'll be walking back towards there, but I think it was just the foundations left on it. But anyway, we're going to get to this cemetery. Hopefully it's just one part, maybe two parts, don't know. But anyway, I hope you enjoy the video. Let's get started. I can see right now, right off the bat, you can see all of these rock headstones. Sunk graves. Let you look there. It looks like Obadiah, but I can't tell the last name right off the bat. A lot of stuff, I reckon, has, I know we did a video, or not we, but my brother, Donnie, from Tennessee Outdoors YouTube channel. He's got a lot of video. You gotta hop over there and watch them. But he's done a lot of videos. He hunts in this area. It's the Chuck Swan area in Union County. So yeah, there's a lot of hunting. But he's been here many times, and he's caught some unusual things on his video. So, take your time while you're watching this video. If you see something that I don't see, let me know in the comments. You never know. I mean, he's caught stuff peeking behind trees. He's caught puffs of smoke out of nowhere. So we'll just see what we got, what we can get. Robert and Mary Bridges, 1874, and died in 1876. Okay, it was Marthy J. That was their daughter. Mary, wife of Robert Bridges, 1852 to 1884. Yeah, there's the little lane I was talking about that.
Hey, Rob.
Yep. Okay. Okay. We do hear a car coming. Who knows? We got Nanny Bridges, 1872 to looks like 87. Here's a Civil War. Robert Bridges, Company A, 2nd Tennessee Cavalry. Yeah, I reckon this is an old cemetery. We got people getting out. Robert Longmire, 1855 to 1872. We got Robert Longmire and Sarah Sharp. You guys can see that. There's some more headstones over there with just rocks. Well, never mind the talking in the background. There's somebody else pulled up in the wilderness. And it is wilderness, if you guys can tell that. We'll go right over here. A lot of these, most of these on this side of the road, I've noticed, is a lot of rock. A lot of sunk graves. See there's the, the old-timey plant they planted just to keep the weeds down. Let's see what else we got here. All right. It's like a real solemn top. We got Henry Ross. He was born in 1822 and died in 1898. Now, I know that my brother is looking for more information about the rice mill, that he had a mill here. But I guess, I don't know. You have to go to his channel, but right here's some rice. 1851 to 1892. I can't read. That's just way too weathered. I can't even tell the, looks like the finger pointing up. Lavana, no. Lavana, Longmire, 1847 to 1888. Listen to that. Don't you love that? No cars, no traffic. This is Mary Rice. No, it's not. It is, oh, M-A-N-E-R. V-Y-L-G, I don't know. 1885 to 1888, maybe? Boy, these are old. You see one leaned against the tree here. Let's see what we got here. We got, it's a rice, and then I see a Longmire name. I can't make anything else about it. But yeah, I mean, I've heard a lot of people say that this cemetery, and there's many more, probably stuck all over these hills and little hollers back in here, because there's a lot of hollers. So don't come back unless you know where you're going, or without a map, or you will get lost. All right. Union and Sarah Hill. You guys can see that, 1846 to 1923 to 1842 to 1920. Double stone hills. Yeah, there's a lot of sunk graves in this part of the area. It's pretty old. We thought we would be the only one up here, but no. If you can see, that has taken over, which I call it crepe myrtle. Other people call it other things, but I would say the graveyard actually goes way back in those woods, because I can see it everywhere. All right. John Weaver, 1836 to 1914. And Elizabeth Weaver, 1837 to 1918. Still have to watch out for snakes, ticks. This time of year, there's a lot of deer. Look at that big tree, guys. A lot of deer still here. Just kind of letting you look at the lay of the land here. You can see how it's really back down in you know, a lot of sunk graves. So you can hear people talking in the background. Let's see what this says here. This marker is given by the grateful descendants of Morris Bridges, born in South Carolina, 1797, died in 1849, an early settler and church leader. His beloved wife, Nancy Mary Snodderly, 1806 to 1850s. So they're in here. I see another Civil War guy here. William Bridges, Company I, 7th Regiment, Tennessee Militia Infantry, 1828 to to 1898. We got Lockie Hill, wife of W.M. Bridges, 1836 to 1901. That one's turned over, but let's see. Oh, yeah, James H. Bridges, born 1880, died in 1892. You see, we've already come and done all of these, but these are mostly just rock. So, only the Lord knows where that one sunk big time. Big sunk grave. Here we got Sally Bell Snodderly, 1890 to 1897. And Lewis Snodderly, 1869 to 1889. I know there was a Snodderly graveyard, and I hadn't made that video yet, but it was in Big Ridge State Park, which is not too far from here. So I'd say these people are probably kin to each other. Well, we got the daughter of Rice and Lucy Snodderly. And it looks like 1881. Maybe she passed away. I can't tell the birth date though. And here we have Lucy, the wife of Rice Snodderly, born in 1836 and died in 1979. Huh. That's cool. We have H. Rice Snodderly, born in 1832 and died in 1901. There's no way. I got to get back to this one. 1836. It's got to be 1879. There is no way. Sometimes I just don't think of the math in my head, like I said, and I just do it. Phoebe Snodderly, 1857 to 1912. If y'all can hear these little, there's a lot of acorns. They just dropping everywhere. So, what we got right here. These are just no more down there that has headstones. But this is going to be first half. And so I'm going to go on to the second part of this. And I'll probably go on down here and go on the other side. Best way to get through here. I still think it's gotta watch for snakes, but get back down here on the road, across the road here. You can see that goes down to the lake. All right, right across the road, right here, we got J.L. Shelby, Company A, 2nd Tennessee Cavalry. Look at that. That must have had an old, fence around it, because there's part of the post. There's two more still standing. Huh. Let's see here. Phoebe Bridges, 1831 to 1903. I don't see any. Yep, I see one right over here. Like I said, it's just full of people in this area. This must have been quite a big, large cemetery at one time, and now nature's taking it over. John Rice, born 1826 and died in 1889, perhaps. The bottom was kind of hard to read. But let's come over here. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of sunk graves still that don't even have rock for their marker. Let's see, there's There's all the acorns on them all over. The deer love them. Squirrels everywhere. It's right over here. Yeah, these are just rocks. There's not any readable ones that I can see right off the bat. Yep, that's not a readable one. Now, these are all early settlers. You know, before the lake, TVA put the dam in and flooded the area. So many graves and cemeteries were removed. And there is a list on their website of grave removals. Because some of my great-grandparents, they was all had to be moved to a newer cemetery. Let's see, did I get, okay, here's another Confederate. It's a Woods, but I can't, maybe SM, Company A, Tennessee Infantry. Lots and lots of graves in this area. Let's see here. This one I'm going to have to stand off the road, but it is Mannon Hill, 1844 to 1912. You know, people didn't have a lot back then. We've talked about this before. Had a lot of money. They lived off the land, you know. W.M. Shelby, Company G, 7th Tennessee Regiment Infantry. And still a lot of rock headstones. Look at this one. There's another one. Looks like J.B. Nelson, Company M, 9th Tennessee Cavalry. These men just picked up their life and went and fought for what they believed in. Here's another one. I can't read that one right off the bat, but it is Company A, 24th Tennessee Cavalry. I hate that I can't read it, because I always like to, you know, give a shout out to all of our soldiers. Okay, somebody's cleaned these. Look at that. A.R. Deletha Clark, 1807 to 1886. And Francis M. Clark, 1804 to 1881. Well, those look nice. If you do want to save your ancestry, that's the thing to do, is clean. Because they get so weathered, then they finally just disappear. Don't fall in the rotten tree stumps. Let's see what we got here. Okay, I think I got him. And let's see what we got over here. Sorry, I'm trying to hold this down. There's a couple that is pulled up and out of nowhere. Wouldn't you know it? Let's see, this one is a Lucy, and she's the wife of Mannon Hill, 1859 to 1890. You guys can see that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hold that down. And here's another one, and it's Isaac M. Bridges, and it's 1873 to 1874. It's a child. Go back here. Still a lot of bridges. Lewis Duke, 1824 to 1854. And Marquette Bridges, 1888 to 1886. Let's see where Nowhere. These have some concrete slabs. I think it's just to keep the animals. Sacred to the memory of Matilda, wife of M.V. Nash, and daughter of Jacob and Rebecca Sharp, 1832 to 1854. Here's another one. You can see that they've got the rock slabs over them. Mary Jane, daughter of, can't read that one. It looks like 1848 birth date, but I can't read the rest of it. Let's see what else we got here. There's nothing on that one. Look here. That big tree back there. We'll take a stroll back there. There's a sunk grave. You can't tell it on the camera, but that's pretty bad. Pretty deep. And you know you're just walking on a lot of graves when you're walking these old graveyards, but you can't help it. I don't mean to be disrespectful. I try to avoid them. But yeah, this cemetery has to go way, way back in these woods. And this is a very vast area. You know, they used the river. Before it was the lake, it was the river. And that's how they brought their supplies in, was the river. So, you know, they lived off the land, in the river, you know, got it off the river. They had a hard time. They made it work. Look at here, guys. See all of those rocks poking through? You know, I can kind of get a little closer for you. A lot of rocks poking through. They've cut some trees and left them laying. And, you know, the park is good for that. They like things back to nature. That's okay, as long as they ain't on graves, but who knows? In this area, it's just, it's unbelievable. We'll head on back over here. Let's see here. Yep, you got, you know, I picture when I look at these old graves, you know, their attire, what they was wearing, when they were standing at their loved one's grave. You know, look, this one, you know, having to bury them and then basically take their horse and buggy or wagon or just their horse or on foot and walk home and just have to go back to everyday life. You know, back then they had wakes where they'd stay up with them all night. And to do that, they would have to, you know, in order to make sure that they was truly had passed away. Because sometimes I think some of the diseases made it look like maybe they was dead, but they was actually just in such a deep coma at the time that they would do that to make sure before they, you know, buried them. Because golly, wouldn't that be a horrible way to go? Just wake up in a pine box. That'd be awful. But yeah, the wakes was something these mountain people did. And this is true Appalachia right here. You know, we can go on up in Kentucky and get even deeper. But, you know, we're not far from Knoxville. But still, these back haulers, you know, especially after TVA came in and built the dam and flooded, you know, they had to leave Loyston, the town of Loyston, Tennessee. Look it up, Union County. They are underwater, the whole town. The people was forced to move, put in trailers to live out their life. They're not used to that. They had little homesteads, you know. It may have been easier on some of the older folk, but I don't think I would have wanted to been uprooted like that. See these old trees. I'm trying to get back here where I can do this right here. I'm going to go right over here and see some more. You can see these. They're just poking up out of the weeds everywhere. All right here we have William Sarah Harper, 1743 to 1818, I'd say. No, John, James, Daniel. Okay, William was 18. Daniel was 17. Levi was 17. You guys can read all of that. And I'll get around. How you doing?
Brian Skipper. Talking.
Oh, it's nice to meet you.
Your dad, I reckon.
Oh, it's my brother. Yeah.
Oh, your brother.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you helping him do the videos?
Well, he does his own video, and then I just do mostly like ancestry, look up people's name and history. But now he goes and does a lot of other things too. But
well, we help because of him.
Okay.
We follow him on the YouTube.
Do you? Okay. Yeah, I've got a little YouTube channel that I started, but I love to look up, find things like Civil War people, and you know, I love that. So that's what I was doing, is I try to gather names so people that, you know, live far away, they can see the area that
we
love
have
parents.
one particular. We got a lot of old cemeteries where we're from, our northwest Florida, but just across the Alabama line in a little town called Black. Right out of it, there's one of the oldest ones that I know of. And there's a lot of the folks from Civil War. They died in the Civil War, was brought back home and buried in that cemetery.
Wow.
I don't know, I've counted several of them that died in 1863.
That's something. There's a lot. I've seen a lot of Civil War over here. This is the first time I've been to this one. But now Donnie says there's more here and there. He hunts this area. So
there's a bunch of them that people don't even know about. That's what he said.
Yeah, he knows a lot more of this area than I ever would, but...
well, I reckon he found this one by accident.
Yeah. Donnie's everywhere. He's all over he's just like our dad used to be. He loved his mountains and he loves the woods, so...
Yes. Well, we're born and raised down around northwest Florida, but we like to come up and look around and visit.
Oh, that's awesome.
I've come to the conclusion that mountain folk and country folk, the only difference is its location.
That's right. Yeah, you got to be country at heart. This is my husband, Greg.
Greg, Dwayne Skipper. We're from northwest Florida.
We actually live in Knoxville.
Knoxville.
Yeah, so actually... at this spot, we're probably 30 minutes from the house, but you can't get to it because of the lake. So,
well, we enjoy stuff like this.
Oh, I do too. I love.
We went up. I try to do something with my mom and dad every year.
Yeah.
She's 85 and he's 83.
Oh.
So they're not spring chickens anymore.
Right.
But we done the Ark encounter yesterday.
Oh yeah, in Kentucky. Yeah.
My dad really.
Hey, would you get that
impressed
on some of these older ones right through here?
My dad was really impressed with it. My mom liked it, but it.
Yeah. I tried. My dad passed away about 5 years ago, and he was.
Okay, we got Polly Gibbs, wife of.
There's 4 of us. I have 3 older brothers. Don is the
I think
oldest,
Leonard, maybe Sharp, mother of Henry, Isaac, Jacob,
Dad,
William Sharp.
He was a retired coal miner. Retired coal miner, yeah. And we're from middle school.
I've seen some of the videos.
Yeah, that's Dad.
I like the one about the mountain.
Oh, level of the gap. Lord have mercy. Oh, did you? Well, that's where we're born and raised, but, you know, we just kind of moved south and then you know, they all live in.
This is Conrad Sharp, born 1767, son of William, born in Germany,
we love this kind of
and
stuff.
grandson
It's
of
just born in us from
Benjamin
Dad. Now,
Sharp,
Mom,
born in Ireland,
she's 83. She lives with me. We built her
and nephew of Major Benjamin Sharp,
so she stays with
who was with Colonel, maybe John Sevier.
But she hates stuff.
Battle of Kings Mountain.
You see one tree, you see them all. You know,
that's the second person we found from Kings Mountain.
Like it. So this
things died 1831.
He, you know, taught us to do. So we're used to the mountains, and I just love it. I love the history. I mean,
here we got George
Snodderly, right there in Halls.
War of 1812. He was 1787, 1852. His wife was Tabitha Rice Snodderly. 1789, 1868.
Found out this is how
Some more. A lot of these are unmarked. I think Robin may have covered some of these. Here we got Matilda. Let's see if I can get this straight. Matilda, wife of M.V. Nash, daughter of Jason and probably Rebecca Sharp, 1832 to 1854. This one's too weather war to really make out. Here's some concrete slabs or marble, whatever they used to do to protect the graves from wild animals. So a lot of these are unmarked. But this is, I believe, the oldest section of this particular cemetery. I think Robin's got this section over here, a couple of, actually more about 3 or 4 Civil War veterans buried over there. Come back up got it fought out War of 1812. This is the graves of John Snodderly, 1760 1835. His wife Elizabeth Gibbs, 1765 to 1850. This sign here, it's actually sideways. It says Log Church, 1818, 1835. And there's a clearing right over in here. There doesn't appear to be any graves. So that might be where the church sat. Let me walk up this way. Here's what looks like the remains of a tombstone. It's either white marble or granite, I'm not sure. Like it's been busted up for a pretty long time. There's another one. Let's see if I can get my foot in there. Not sure what deal is there. And over here's another one. These could be common stones. I don't know if they were tombstones at one time or not. I don't want to disturb them. some trees down back in the back part of the cemetery here. I think it's probably to protect the graves and the tombstones. They pulled them back there in the back and off to here. Those noises you hear are acorns falling. We've been hearing that ever since we've been here. So folks, I'm sure Robin told you this. We're not into the paranormal stuff. This is strictly for historical purposes and genealogical purposes. There are some graves right back in there. All those are unmarked stones. I'm gonna see if I can't. I'm gonna go around them. Yes, like for those noises you've been hearing, that's acorns falling. So it's nothing, yeah, there's no ghosties or anything like that. Like I said, we don't do that stuff. We do not do that. I'm gonna swing around here. Right here at the base of this big tree. What's a big one? It's like a sunken grave, maybe. Again, we're actually on the very back side of this cemetery. And there are some graves back in here. Maybe marble or granite rocks, or sometimes just creek rocks. Some grave right there. See that bigger tree off to the your left of the screen. And to the right, just to the right of it, as you're looking at, there's a sunken grave right there. Those people you hear talking in the background, they are from Florida. They're from, I believe they said around Panama City. They've come up there, brought their parents, and I believe their parents are from this general area of Tennessee, Union County, where we're at. There's some more. There's probably nobody alive that knows who is buried here, but God does, and that's what counts. So beautiful back here. Overall quiet. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to move. And except for the talking, I want you to listen to the quietness. I love that. Rob and I actually live in Knoxville on the outskirts, but you still hear the traffic from not too far from the highway. We hear semis going up and down, ambulances with their sirens going. So to get out like this and just enjoy nature. I'll pan up here just a little bit. Absolutely gorgeous. And we also do throw nature in our videos too from time to time. So far, the only wildlife we've seen, besides a few birds, is a couple of squirrels and one chipmunk. As long as we don't run any bobcats or bears, especially snakes, which I think is kind of late in the season for them. As long as we don't run any of them, I'm good. And Acorn just fell right in front of me just then. Oh, this little clearing here. I'm gonna pan just around this part of the cemetery. I don't know if you can see the road from here. On the other side of the road is where Robin's already videoed. I do know that. It's absolutely gorgeous back in here. Fall colors, as you can see, are really bright. Graves back in this part. I don't know. I think that hole right there is just where that one small log is. I think it's just where a tree stump had been at one time. Well, I tell you what, I want to end this part of the video. Robert may want to do some more. We do appreciate you watching. Hope you've enjoyed this video. We've been wanting to come down here, or should I say up here, for a very long time. And my brother-in-law, Donnie, finally got us up here. We had no idea where it was at. Robin may do another part of this video, but in case she doesn't, thank you for watching. Please hit the like button and the subscribe button. We sure would appreciate it. Have a great day.